Hi guys! So this video is long overdue and very special. In this video, I would like to introduce you to my dear friend and my doctor, Eran. So,
Hola, namaste.
you guys know that you've heard me talking about Ayurveda, the practice of Ayurveda. This is something I've been incorporating into my life for many months now, and I've seen enormous changes in my health and my well-being. And Eran here has been my coach, my ally in this practice. So, can you just kind of tell people who don't know, what is Ayurveda and how does it help people?
So, Ayurveda can be translated as the science of life. I translate it as the art of living, and it's the science of healings, mainly self-healing, where we use every aspect of life, diet, lifestyle, medicinal herbs, in order to bring about our optimal state of well-being. So it's not just a lack of disease. It's a sense of joy, contentment, peace of mind, and vitality and creativity.
Nice. Yeah, and when I think of a traditional Western doctor, it's like you go in, you have a complaint, like something hurts, and they just kind of give you medicine and they send you on your way. How is being like an Ayurvedic doctor different?
Well, we say there's actually a proverb in Ayurvedic scripts. You treat the person, not the disease. And so in Ayurveda, first of all, the treatment is personalized. There's not one thing fit all. We have to find the right remedy and the right diet and the right yoga, the right meditation, the right lifestyle for each person needs according to his unique constitution or any kind of symptoms that they're having. And so in that sense, it's different. It's personalized and it asks let's say the patient to be proactive in his healing process, to treat the cause. We always look at treating the cause and not the symptom.
So if someone comes to you with symptoms that they're concerned about, how do you approach that?
Well, any symptom is like the body talking to us. So it's a language. And we have to understand what the body is trying to tell us. So foremost, I empower the person intelligent to start to understand himself, also to embrace oneself, to love oneself. And I kind of equip them with what I call the Ayurvedic glasses.
Yeah, I love this. Yeah.
And where you start reading your emotions, reading your symptoms through the lenses of Ayurveda, and then you begin to understand it, start to make sense. And based on that, you can then follow up with a proper treatment.
So it's ultimately about learning how to become your own doctor and how to read what your body's telling you. Like working with you now for all these months, like I can tell when I'm getting into a state of like pitta aggravation, like I'm getting too fiery, I'm getting too, you hear me talk about like Vata, I'm very, that wind, that movement, so like traveling to the United States. So that's one of the reasons that we made an appointment today was that, I could feel the ways that I came out of balance. And so I'm coming today for a Shirodhara treatment, which I'm really excited about. Can you say a little bit about what that is?
Shirodhara is I call it the cherry on top of the Ayurvedic cake. It's the treatment for the royal, for the king and queens in ancient time. It's a practice where we pour in a very gentle, soft, flowing way, warm oil, usually sesame oil traditionally, and it creates a balance between the two hemispheres of the brain. It activates the pituitary, the pineal gland, the hypothalamus, so it binds the hormonal system, the nervous system, and it helps to create a meditative state where relaxation, purification, and insight can be evoked.
Sounds great. Now you mentioned something about ancient. Can you say something about this is an ancient practice? Can you say like where it comes from?
I consider it universal. It is considered a medicine system of India, related to the Vedic tradition. So we're talking about 1000 BC to 2000 BC. By many, it's considered the oldest healthcare system known to man. And so it's been practiced for thousands of years, probably prehistoric, probably going back to 5 to 10,000 BC. So yeah, it's very ancient, it's very old. And although it's considered an Indian system of medicine, it's actually universal. It's our own heritage.
That's nice. And you actually, where did you learn this?
Well, I studied in academy at the Department of University in Tel Aviv, which was for holistic healing and Ayurvedic healing. And then I went to India and I sat in a clinic and got clinical practice with an Ayurvedic doctor in India.
Wow.
Yeah, so I studied 4 years academy and 3 years clinical.
Wow. So 7 years of training. Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, I really get a sense like you know what you're talking about. And I like how every time I come to you, you give me something more to work with. Like you've broken it down that there's like smaller bits to start, and then there's always something you can add. So I can always be learning with you. So thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Here to support you, and maybe I can.
Yeah, well, me too. And his wife Batya is also my psychotherapist. So that's great. So like together, you guys are like this healing couple who like help people in different ways. I feel like you're kind of helping me sort of like get grounded with like the physical foundation, and Batya is able to help me more with like dealing with a lot of like emotional stuff as it's coming up. So together, you guys are really such a great team.
Thank you. Yeah, we started doing retreats, and then we realized when we did retreats, like I do the yoga and the meditation and the Ayurveda, and she does more the holistic healing, psychotherapy, emotional work, shamanic work, group dynamic. And then we realized, wow, this is really complement each other, body, mind, spirit, and this really come together. And I found that Ayurveda and yoga are excellent, but they're really masculine in the approach. And so there's not so much dealing with emotions. Yes, we deal with the mind, and we treat it through meditation and herbal remedies, but it is about processing childhood issues, traumas, abuses, addiction conditions. I found that psychotherapy really complement Ayurveda and yoga. And so, yeah, she definitely complement what the herbal remedies, what the meditation and the yoga practice, she definitely complement that with her practice. And then it's very like integral, holistic approach for well-being.
Yeah, you guys have helped me a lot. So I'm seeing some people asking, oh, what do you recommend for this? What do you recommend for this? So if you really want to explore your options of Eran's suggestions, I mean, I would recommend that people have a session with you. So like what do you offer people? And you could do it online. So I linked to his page. So if people are interested in working with you or learning more, what do you advise?
Well, we start with 2 sessions. We start with one session for diagnose, which incorporate tongue reading, observation questionnaire in depth to find out mainly what is your unique constitution, what is your digestive power level and toxicity, where do you hold toxicity in your body, and your state of mind and emotions. And based on these 3 components, we then I basically prepare a personal, I call it manual for good life.
Yeah.
And so it's like a manual. It's almost like a small book with 80 to 100 pages. And then on the second meeting, it's about a recommendation. We go over this manual together, and you get recipes and detox programs and links to buy herbal remedies and a yoga therapy program. So it's a very in-depth, incorporated program. And that's like the beginning, like, having 2 sessions. Here's your manual, here you go. And then we also offer Ayurvedic coaching program, which is few more sessions in order to facilitate and integrate the changes in our lives. So we have more follow-up sessions.
And that's essentially what I've been doing with Eran is I come in now. It's like every couple months I come in, like what's going on. Like today, okay, I'm coming back. Or other times I've been like, Eran, I can tell I'm really out of balance. Like, what do you recommend? So he's always been there to like help me, like a coach, like a coach, exactly. A coach, not like a coach, but a coach. What's your website?
It's www.shamana-Atitlan.
What does Shamana mean?
Shamana means balancing, harmonizing, soothing, centering.
Wow.
So yeah, Is
that from like the yogic tradition?
It's from Sanskrit.
From Sanskrit.
So it is yogic, but it's a kind of treatment in Ayurveda for the nervous system, for the Vata dosha.
Oh, and also, Eran said he would be willing to give you guys, for my audience, a 10% discount. So if you do sessions with him, if you want to do a consultation, you can get 10% off, and he offers great rates, and it's very affordable. Just know that you'll get the questionnaire, and it takes time. Like a Western doctor would just like, okay, what's your pain, and they won't ask you about like your stress levels or how you're sleeping or your relationships. But Eran here is like the opposite of that. Like, you're gonna get an in-depth questionnaire. So really put the time and energy into it because you're worth it, and your health is worth it. And just like it takes a lot of small choices to get into a state of unhealth, it takes a lot of small choices and changes of lifestyle to regain health and well-being. So
definitely.
He'll help you figure out what those changes that you need to make are to bring yourself to a state of balance. All right, guys, check out the website. Check out his page. You can contact him. And okay, we did it. We did the thing. And then look where we are. Oh yeah. Such a cool place.
This is the Shamana.
So this is the Shamana Healing Center where he and his wife both do their healing work.